Good morning. All right, I was going to try a slightly different setup this morning, but was having technical difficulties. So here we are. This is going to be a partially standing, partially seated flow. So keep that in mind if you need to bring something over towards your mat so that you can easily get up and down off of the ground. Feel free to do that, like have a chair nearby. Feel free to have a block nearby. Again, trapeze is just hanging up. We're not doing trapeze yoga in this video. And I welcome you to set up your space however you need and then to start seated, and specifically seated in a butterfly pose. So hips a little more open. Again, if you need to do this with your back up against a wall or up against the side of a chair or couch or your bed or something, absolutely do that. I'm going to take care of like 2 more technical things and then we'll get started. All right. I think we're doing it. I think. Can you tell I'm new here? One day it will feel so good to look back at these and be like, oh, you've come so far. I know the audio was a little quiet in the last one. I am looking right now into different like Bluetooth microphone things. We'll figure it out. But again, we'll start seated today. And then seated in a butterfly pose specifically. As you find seated, I invite you to rock through your sit bones, like really big, maybe even taking some full torso circles. As you think about settling into a place where your sit bones, your knees, your ankles all feel even, like your right leg feels pretty balanced to your left leg. Right hip feels like it's holding you up just as much as your left hip. From here, drop your breath into your belly, as though because your hips are open, you've created all this extra space for a full breath in. Deep into your belly. And I'm going to invite you to exhale through the mouth the first couple rounds here. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling through the mouth. 4 to 5 more. The next time that you exhale, gently lean forward, but keep your spine really tall. We are eventually going to round into a deep fold, but for this first round, maybe walk your fingers out in front of you so that your chest, your chin can still remain forward and lifted. Pausing here for a couple more breaths. Exhale, round. Now melt into your butterfly pose. Pause for a couple breaths more. When your body is ready to, and there's no rush, big inhale, send fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, keep arms overhead, squeeze your knees in towards one another. We're going to take a gentle boat pose here. So bringing your heels towards the ground, or for a little extra challenge, maybe walking your heels up to a block. Or taking heels away from the ground, hovering slightly. Lean back just enough that you feel a great big squeeze and activation through your inner thigh muscles, through your core muscles, maybe through your shoulder muscles a little bit more also. We'll take one more deep breath in. Exhale, drop your feet out wider than your hips. Pull your upper body forward, keeping knees upright towards the ceiling. So as opposed to knees opening to the side, like our butterfly pose before, knees are pointed upward. We'll find some exaggerated cat-cow here. So inhaling to send your chest forward between your knees. Exhaling, round through your spine. Hands can slide up your legs or come to the back of your legs. Chin tucks in. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, big rounding back. If it feels good to continue to exhale through your mouth, feel free. This is a slightly more active flow this morning. It's okay if your breath wants to be really active too. The next time that you exhale and lean back, if it would feel good on your spine, lean all the way back and roll a couple times. If that's not available to you, that's okay. Just know that eventually we're going to roll up and into a forward fold. So if it feels good to hover here before transitioning into a standing forward fold. If it feels good to roll, you can roll up into your forward fold. No expectations about how you get there, just the invitation to keep your knees really soft and to drape your upper body over your legs. If you'd like, shake the head yes or no, or stretch through your neck and jaw muscles here. With your own inhale, rise, lift all the way up and tall. That's what I was trying to avoid. Exhale, wrap your right arm around your low back, sweep your left fingers towards your right hip. We're going to find a gentle flow here. And as we twist side to side, we just want to double check that all 10 toes are still pointed towards the top of the mat. Inhaling to reach up. Exhaling to twist, wrapping arms around your body. Naturally, your head or chin may want to follow whichever fingers reach back behind you. Find your own rhythm here. One more time each side. We'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands behind your body. Fingers finding each other, clasping. If knuckles do not comfortably find each other, know that you can hook your thumbs or you can hold on to two fingers. Whatever helps you, draw your hands downward. Exhale, find some neck circles. You can play around with how active or inactive your arms are reaching downward behind your body. And that may adjust your neck stretch as you go. With a full breath out, release your hands. Maybe give your arms or your wrists a little shake. If you like to circle through your wrists, especially if it is the morning or the evening when you're watching this, I highly recommend a little wrist roll. And then take the feet about hip width apart, maybe slightly wider, and bring hands towards your legs. We're going to do what's sometimes referred to as like an energetic fascia release. You might see this move in Kundalini. You might also see this move in physical therapy. It's just a way to stimulate our neurons, stimulate sensation through the whole body. And we're going to start at the thighs. So in a way that feels good to you, almost like you're drying off after a shower, or like you're swatting bugs off of you, like swatting a mosquito off of you, except we're going to keep doing it. Move through your whole thighs. This includes the back body, down the backs of your legs, fronts of your thighs. As you get to your knees, take a couple flat back extends. So inhale, reset your feet firmly to the floor. Exhale, lean down as far as you can. If you can reach all the way to your ankles and the tops of your feet, do that. If not, no worries. We're going to work our way back up. Not forgetting the sides of your hips. Move up towards your love handles and your belly and your back. Bring your hands to your ribs. Once again, we'll pause, reset your feet to the floor. Exhale, drop one arm, one elbow downward towards the floor. Doesn't matter to me which side you start with. Inhale, lift back up tall. Exhale, lean the other way. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, bring your hands back to your belly, move up towards your chest. Depending on your own build, you are welcome to move flush out of the way to like fully get all of your ribs and your armpit. Again, this can be like a gentle swatting motion, like you're brushing something off of you, or a little bit more of an up and down movement, like you're scrubbing yourself or drying yourself. Move up towards your shoulders. And then down both of your arms Take your time here so that you really get all sides of your arms, the tops, the undersides, outsides, insides, on both sides. When you're ready to move up towards your neck, I invite you, instead of brushing downward, to start brushing upward. I actually like to do this a little bit at my chest and collarbones. That's just what feels really good in my own body. And then move up towards your neck. Again, feel free to move hair out of the way. Feel free to lean your neck to a side if you feel like it helps you reach, especially back behind your ears. And then gently here, removing glasses as needed. Bring hands towards your cheeks. We're going to use a softer touch, maybe just 2 fingers, maybe just 3 fingers, and move up your cheeks. Brush off your jawline, cheeks, the bridge of your nose, and from above your eyebrows up to your hairline. In your own wonderful timing, bring hands towards one another and rub your hands together. I like to spread my fingers apart so that I'm getting the insides, like between my fingers, as well as the inside, like the palm side of my fingers. Let's not forget the tops of the hands though. Little brush to each side. And then again, bring hands together. I invite you to take your feet a little wider now, turning your big toes out into the sides, beginning to soften into your knees. And then like you could hold all of the heat that you've built up between your hands. Exhale and hold it like a sphere, like a sun in front of you. Little Tai Chi this morning. Inhale, press that ball of heat to one side, maybe towards the top of your mat. Exhale, pull in, press to the opposite side. Continue here, feeling free to fully straighten out through whatever leg is kind of behind your pressing motion. And also feeling free to take this ball of heat, perhaps through the center line of the body, but you can also press down towards the earth and up towards the sky. Explore here. Notice where you feel the most strong. Notice where your ball of heat naturally wants to go. Maybe it's low, maybe it's high, maybe it's perfectly centered today. One more time, each side. When it would feel good to release your ball of heat, drop down into a wide-legged forward fold. For this, you may want to take your big toes, which have been turned out to the sides, and point them forward. Knees can still be soft so that your upper body can drape. And you're welcome to cradle your head here or to cradle opposite elbows. We'll take another 3 or so breaths. So find a place that feels sustainable, where the sensations are enjoyable for you this morning. Bringing hands towards the earth or towards your block, gently drop your legs and your sit bones down. We'll come back to our butterfly pose. Because we're not going to forget about the feet here. As you sit back, gently rub or swat through your feet. I highly recommend especially adding this motion along the insides and arches of your feet. But not forgetting the tops, the outsides, and if you can comfortably reach the spaces between your toes. In your own perfect timing, relax your hands fully, maybe give them a little shake or one final brushing motion. And drop your breath deep into your belly again. Full exhale through the mouth, this time extra slowly, very intentionally. 4 to 5 more. And thank you for practicing with me this morning. Namaste.